Hey everybody, Mark Noble here in Hollywood with a No More Down Low Newsbreak. Well, 1 year ago, many of us were shocked to hear about the brutal slaying of Ugandan LGBT activist David Kato. So it's only fitting that we explore the discussions about LGBT issues in countries where there is limited equality for same-sex relationships and where living your life as an out person of color has proven to be deadly.
As gay and lesbian movements around the world, particularly in Africa, grow in strength and creativity and numbers, there has been high levels of pushback, high levels of backlash.
Was he killed because he's gay, or was he in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Human rights campaigners say gay Ugandans have faced weeks of attacks and intimidation.
Last week, a man was beaten to death with a hammer in his home.
He was hit with a hammer on the head and died on the way to hospital.
And said that gays were recruiting 1 million children by raiding schools.
People fear that a gay person would now come in and, change their children. Nobody's trying to control anybody.
Case in point, Uganda, as the world saw with the brutal murder of that country's leading activist, David Kato, who was beaten to death. Questions arise as to whether it was a circumstance of a robbery or flat out being attacked for being gay.
It's unacceptable, to have this kind of situation happening still.
Ironically, Kato's death came on the heels of a tabloid newspaper, which plastered not only photos of individuals believed to be amongst that country's LGBT community, but also with the headlines, 100 top homosexuals, and the caption, hang them.
We're Africans, we have a strict culture and strict religion. I guess that's pretty much it.
On the African continent, homosexuality is illegal in 36 countries, and the fuel of hatred is rampant as mobs go after those suspected LGBT people with little regard for human rights.
First and foremost, we can give a message to the rest of the world that human rights are important, and human rights everywhere in the world are part of American foreign policy, to press for human rights.
During the Pan-African Film Festival, same-gender loving relationships within the African diaspora are explored. In the film, Cameroon, Coming Out of the Nkuto, is a film about an attorney who helps to gain the release of men imprisoned for being gay. Another piece, Children of God, wherein same-gender loving males of different races find and explore their relationship in the Bahamas.
But they wanted to make sure that whatever image was coming forward was one that they felt was true. And that's another wonderful thing about this film. And I wish, quite honestly, that more African American films were like this. There is a broad scope of different types of Bahamians in this movie.
What these pieces do is perhaps open a door to understanding same-gender relationships and at the same time impact the struggle for global acceptance and the human rights of LGBT people.
This film has enhanced my life tremendously because now there's a part of my being that is more conscious in terms of that area. So anytime a friend of mine is telling a joke that is geared towards gay people, I said, I don't want you to think that that's comfortable.
It's going to take a while, but it's beginning to sink in little by little. They're beginning to accept it.
We have to spread the message, speak it up, and hopefully we can get the attention of the people that can actually change behavior of thousands, maybe millions.
Mothers need to advocate for the rights of gay babies. Mothers need to advocate for the rights of gay babies. Isn't that quite something?
The United States government has also put money and resources into helping to build LGBT movements around the world. So it's a new day in Washington, and we hope to see it continue.
Now, in a few days, a new documentary about David Kato's life titled Call Me Kuchu will debut at the Berlin Film Festival on February the 11th. Now, a list of human rights organizations that are working hard to fight homophobia in the African diaspora can be found on the No More Down Low website. Now, as we gear up to bring you fresh new episodes of No More Down Low next month, take a few moments to catch up on some of our previous shows from the past year. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. In the meantime, this is Mark Noble in Hollywood with a No More Down Low Newsbreak.